In 1995, Tom Brady was drafted by the Montreal Expos. He never went on to play professional baseball at that level. I don't know whatever happened to the guy, but he is one of the big chases in last year's Bowman Draft set. So is the first ever card of #1 draft pick Paul Skenes, who you may have also heard of. I'm here with the legend himself, Geoff Pontes, and today in advance of the 2024 Bowman Draft release coming up in just a couple days, we've got a jumbo pack. There are 120 cards in this pack, a guaranteed auto, guaranteed parallels, and we're going to see if we can find a Tom Brady, a Paul Skenes. Geoff, this is going to be a crazy rip today.
Yeah, I think so. This is my favorite set in the world because of the Brady chase and just the craziness with those cards. It actually priced me out of the market pretty much this year. So this is the first year I haven't grabbed any Bowman Draft. I actually have bought in on a break with our friend Matt Pajak for when the new product comes out. So I will be getting some 2025 or whatever. I'll have to go back and buy some cards from this set. So
well, we'll see what we get here today.
Maybe discounted a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what we get here today. There might be an early holiday gift coming to you in your future here. So, but yes, no, these cards have not been cheap. This is what's called the jumbo pack. There are 120 cards in here, guaranteed auto, which is usually in the top pack. So I'm going to very carefully, I know I'm going to make people's skins crawl here now by using scissors to cut so close to some of the cards. We're going to start with the bottom pack, work our way up, see what we get here. And if there's a Brady in there, I'll split it with you. So this 2023 set, here's the bottom cards here. So this is a bunch of base cards and a bunch of chrome cards. So we'll see what we get here. This 2023 draft, though, as you read on baseballamerica.com many times, was absolutely loaded here. I'm just going to start going through them. We'll stop on the big hits, and Geoff, you stop me if anyone big comes up. But
absolutely,
you know, Jackson Wiggins, Wyatt Crowell, Seth Keener, Zach Thornton. We're going upside down. Termarr Johnson, who was the cover of Baseball America's draft issue in 2023. Christian Campbell.
Christian Campbell, that's a good one. Christian Campbell first. That's base, but still, I think that could be a very valuable card. He's going to be ranked very highly, higher than he is now in the top 100, I think, when that list comes out in January.
How's that for a tease right there? Geoff is knee deep in top 30s, top 100 fantasy stuff, etc. So if he's saying something, you listen. And oh yeah, by the way, Christian Campbell, Baseball America's 2024 Minor League Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, and for Red Sox fans, the top 10 just dropped on the site right before the holiday last week.
So, yes, that's awesome. So we're knee deep in the AL East. I'm going to put that one aside. Not going to sleeve it yet because I'm hoping that the other pack gives us way more stuff than we, could ever think.
Yeah, something good.
Nelson Arata. If I'm mispronouncing these names too, I apologize. Zach Levinson first. Samuel Basallo, who #1 on our Orioles top 10 list, which just came out too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it just dropped last Tuesday.
Yeah. Warren Watts Brown. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Jaron Watts Brown.
Jaron. Okay. Apologies, sir. Camden Minacci. Rock Riggio. Again, a lot of these are first. Bowman Draft is great. You get all the firsts. They always do hold off a player or two so that they can be in the following year's Bowman set. One thing about this is that this was the first year Skenes and the first Skenes first cards. There's no Dylan Cruz in this set. They saved all the Dylan Cruz for the 2024 draft release. Elijah Green, who joined Termarr Johnson on our draft cover last year. Joe Redfield. Wyatt Hudapole.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay, let's go with that either way. Hunter Holland. Jaden Ham.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Why is he one of your favorites?
Just a pop-up name from a smaller school. Had a huge spring training when I was out there for a month in the Tampa pod, which is Yankees, Blue Jays, Tigers, Phillies. Really good stuff. We actually had him a few weeks ago on the Baseball America Hot Sheet show.
I'm going to throw him in the stash pile for now, and that's part of what you get from Baseball America is a guy that you might not have even heard of to any level. Thanks, Geoff. See, I get to rip with experts, guys. Are you jealous? AJ Ewing, Diane Jorge. Did I pronounce that right? Or is it just Diane?
Diane Jorge, yeah.
I'll take it. Hunter Owen. I'm not even going to try that one.
Maui Ahuna.
Okay.
Yeah, very twitchy. Went to Kansas, transferred to Arkansas, and some strikeout issues, but power and can, if you catch him on the right day, can be really exciting. Was a standout for a little bit here on the Cape.
That's good to know. Thank you. So Maui, Xavier Isaac.
Yeah, not that one.
Hero White. You want to save that one?
Yeah, no. No, I was just saying not bad with Xavier Isaac. Always a
take
decent card to grab.
we take that. Hero Wyatt. We've heard of this guy, Jackson Merrill.
Yeah, NL Rookie of the Year, runner-up.
There's
But
there's a great
certainly
story about. I'm sorry, Geoff. What were you saying?
I was gonna say certainly a worthy candidate. A worthy choice had he won.
There's a great story that when he had his Bowman first card, the picture on the card is not actually him.
I have it here, actually.
Oh my gosh, show us.
Yeah, let me pull it up. I actually have it here. I just pulled this the other day, which is a Sebastian Walcott auto. It's Donruss, though. So got my LeBron rookies, my Shohei Ohtani rookies. These are my favorite cards. They're sitting right here. So here, this is the, let's see if we can get it up there. This is the Jackson Merrill. I don't know if you noticed something that immediately stands out about Jackson Merrill on this card.
Well, he's a right-handed hitter on that card.
Exactly. And he is not a right-handed hitter.
Well, yeah. This will be in the holiday gifts I send your way here, so you can complete the set of your Bowman Draft.
Wonderful.
We'll take it. We take it. Cam Fisher, Levi Wells, Chase Jaworski, Ryan Clifford, Michael Carrico, Colson Montgomery, Jake DeLeo, Lucas Gordon, Jackson Baumeister, one of the 19 Jacksons currently young player in Major League Baseball.
Not a bad one. And a first.
We take, and an Oriole. Charlie Soto, Ariel Castro, Hurston Waldrep. Nice pitch.
Yeah, and that's a Bowman first for Waldrep as well.
Yeah, we take Camilo Diaz and Blake Mitchell, who I think he's still our Royals #1. So we'll take the rest of these cards.
I think he will be, and probably could be a top 100 prospect as well. Big power, pretty good defender, lots of on-base ability. Showed a little bit more contact progression. I don't think he's actually a bad investment. He has pretty big upside. He could be an all-star if it really all clicks when you see the power and the skills and all that stuff.
I'm going to stash him. I stopped on him in part because the rest of this pack is all chrome, and we got some fun stuff coming up back here.
Yeah, this is the fun part of these packs. These are the ones I always would get the set for Christmas over the years. And for me, it's always like, I guess recent nostalgia would be a good way to put it, because I cover the Cape Cod League. I have for years. It's really sort of my passion. Of all the things that we cover, that's the thing that it's closest to my heart, because I grew up right right around the Cape, just over the bridge. And, I grew up going to games. So this is the first set for a lot of players that I see a couple summers prior. So it's memories with the kids cracking these open on a Christmas morning and saying, hey, remember these guys, as I'm sort of, putting certain good cards into plastics and others, as you buy a whole box into, sort of the book or whatever. And I have several books of just, going back maybe to 2016 Bowman Draft. So this is my favorite set by far.
We need to do a video where it's just Jeff's PC and we just kind of go through all that stuff, because that would be really fun also. That's awesome. Well, let's dive in here.
Nolan Ryans.
We haven't seen any Skenes yet, and if we get a Brady, it would probably be in the other half of the pack, which we'll get to in a second. Again, these jumbo packs, 120 cards, which is, I think it's 60 and 60 guaranteed auto. So let's see what we get here. Let's dive into the chrome. Christopher Torin of the Diamondbacks. Bryce Eldridge.
Yeah, that's a good one. And a first.
Yeah, I'm going to sleeve this one, actually. I hope I'm not being premature on that. The cover of November's issue of Baseball America, also our #1 prospect for the Giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that. Did I tell you that some guy in the comments was giving me a complex about how I sleeve stuff? He's like, watching you sleeve stuff is making me stressed out. Sorry to that gentleman. Thank you for the advice. Derniche Valdez, Dylan Head, Camilo Diaz, Kevin Sim, Diane Jorge, Luke Schleiger, Lucas Gordon. A lot of firsts. That's one of the nice things about the Bowman Draft says. You got a lot of firsts.
Alex Clemmie now with the Nationals.
Yep. Elijah Green, another Elijah. Joe Vitrano, Garrett Bauman, Landon Marutis.
One of my favorites.
Why is he one of your favorites?
Well, you'll see in the Blue Jays top 10, but had an injury, but was a guy that really popped. Was actually from the same high school as Andrew Painter, Cavalry Christian guy. Showed really well in spring training, a lot of progression, couple of different breaking ball shapes, pretty good fastball shape. He's got some velocity. He's got some projection, pretty good mover on the mound. Just overall, like, I think Marutis is, now they're pitchers, and pitchers like fantasy, like baseball cards, a little bit less valuable. but somebody that I cover and I think is pretty good. Had internal brace surgery, but he's already back throwing from 120 feet. It's a little scoop information for you there. So he'll be back sometime, I think, in the first half of 2025. So I think an interesting one. And of course, I Chrome first here. So
Good to know. We take Austin Troser for the Mets. Jackson Wiggins, another of our Jacksons, although spelled slightly differently.
Yes.
Wyatt Crowell. Kiefer Lord, great name.
Yes, excellent name.
Cade Denton. Rock Riggio, and now it looks like we got 2 inserts coming up here.
All right.
Our first one, Wyatt Langford seems like it would be a pretty good one. How about a draft day Wyatt Langford card?
Yeah, not bad.
We take that. Let me cover up whatever is behind it here so I can get this all sleeved up, which I will again do off camera so that I don't get people yelling at me in the YouTube comments. Most of the stuff I send out gets graded at a 10, so I apologize if we should do a YouTube video on how to properly sleeve. We'll have one of our users do it for us. Okay. And then we got some kind of a diamond something or other on a first for the Rockies. Cole Carrig.
Yeah, Cole Carrig.
Carrig, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's top, I think he's 3rd in the Rockies system that just came out. That list has been on the site for a couple of weeks, but he's behind Chase Dollander, who's a top 10 prospect, and then Charlie Condon, who, got one of the biggest bonuses in draft history. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good one as well. One of my favorite players, really versatile, really athletic, does a lot of things well on a baseball field. And in college, actually played every position on the field, but first base and maybe left field. Yeah, played center, played shortstop, caught, pitched, and was up to 95 on the mound. Played third base, played some second base, and right field and center. But mostly center field now. Will play any occasional shortstop. Hasn't played catcher in a couple of years now. But really interesting player.
We're happy to take. All right, Geoff. It's time for the main event of the evening. Do you have any superstitions or anything before you open a big pack or anything?
No, I just get right in there. I usually work from, top down, leave the reveals for the end. That's typically how it is, or the middle of the pack. Sometimes they stick them in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it. I don't really get too superstitious. I don't think I'm that important that I'm impacting what's in that pack.
The side of these things, by the way, looks like the thing they send you to like a new batch of checks in.
Yeah.
We can explain to our younger viewers later what checks are. All right, well, let's break into this puppy. Again, we are hunting for Skenes firsts. We are hunting for Tom Brady, and we have an autograph coming up here. We have something blue coming up. We have some refractors in the back here. We have some inserts here. So I don't want to say let's get through the base because I don't want to minimize the base cards here, but let's see what we got here, and then we'll get to the really fun stuff.
Christian Knapchuk. I won't even make you try it.
You know your audience. I appreciate that. Howie Lee. Jace Barofin. Is he?
Barofin. Very close. Yep. Was kind of a college star, prep, well-known name. Ended up at Oklahoma, transferred to Arkansas. Took him a couple of years to get his footing in college ball, but pretty good bat. Not a bad bat. Can hit a little bit. I think the upside's probably more like a fringe regular platoon type of player, but could be a major leaguer.
You can definitely tell Geoff is knee deep in the Blue Jays top 30s for the prospect handbook.
I just know the Jays very, very well, having covered it for several years, and I see a lot of their prospects up here in New Hampshire. And
are you still PCing Ricky Tiedemann?
Yeah, pretty much. That's probably one of my favorite prospects I've covered because I just think the peaks are so good. Like as good as I've seen him in the minor leagues is as good as anybody. So I'm hoping for a quick and swift, healthy recovery for Ricky, and he gets back on the mound. And maybe he's, the 2026 version of Kumar Rocker, where he comes back off of surgery and just, has upper minor experience, great stuff, and is finally feeling healthy. And they just put him in the big leagues and he eats. But I think it could happen.
We'll see what happens. Well, hopefully we're eating here in another couple of cards. Let's see what happens. Samuel Munoz. Well, we're going upside down here with Chase Davis. Kiner Delgado. Noble Meyer on the first.
Yep.
Tanner Hall. Travis Honeyman.
Nathan Long Island kid. Massapequa native.
Is that right?
Yes.
Good to know. I'm based here on Long Island too. So
That's why I said it.
Landon Marutis again. Coleman Picard.
No Skenes yet.
Joe Whitman. Patrick Riley. We got a Pirates right-hander, but it's Patrick Riley. Dylan Campbell. Roman Anthony.
Yeah, there we go. Number one prospect.
Yeah, Baseball America's number one, like Geoff just said. Kendall George. Garrett Bowman. Can you see the face that Garrett Bowman is making in this card? I don't know if it's coming. He does not look happy to be here. Anyway, Sean Sullivan, Mike Bovee, Gavin Cross of the Royals, Derniche Valdez, Wyatt Langford on the first. I'm going to sleeve that up, even though it's a base card.
Yeah, got to do that.
Why not, right?
Yeah, had a rough start to his rookie season, but sort of settled in and was pretty good down the stretch. So still high hopes for Wyatt Langford over here.
Between him and Evan Carter, and again, you're the expert on that, but between him and Evan Carter, you got to think there's a couple of former tippy-top Baseball America prospects who are poised to really break out in 2025.
Yeah, I think as long as Carter is healthy, he's certainly he's got the ability to do it. We saw that in the playoffs in 23.
Absolutely. Adrian, well, we got Wyatt on the first. Let's see if we can get our other white whale from this set. Adrian Santana, Welbin Francisca, Cole Carrig again. Did I pronounce it right that time?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm learning. Boom. Well, it's not the first, so I'm not going to sleeve it, but Jackson Churio we take.
And there it is, the other white whale, CJ Capus, who had a really good season, kind of a breakout year for them.
We love you, CJ. Quinn McDaniel, Yanquiel Fernandez, Grayson Hitt, Alberto Rios, Yasser Mercedes, Cole Foster, Roderick Arias, Mac Horvath, Brooks Lee. We take Brooks Lee. So coming up here, we have a blue insert, and then we get to our stack of Chrome cards, which will include our autograph and some other inserts. So our blue is a first for what looks like the Giants. Quinn McDaniel to $4.99. We'll take that. Put that off to the side for now. Now we're coming to our Chrome cards. So we have some base Chrome. You can see the reflection there. We got some refractors, and there is 100% an autograph coming up here. So let's see. We got Rhett Lauder.
Number one red prospect.
Yeah, we'll take. Isaiah Coupe.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's take it. Let's do it. Ty Pete.
Yeah, another good one.
Sorry, I have giant meaty hands, so I'm sorry if I'm covering up too much of the cards here. Luis Almeida. Colin Hook. Hauk. Sorry. Where did I get Hook from? Sorry. Welbin Francisca. I'm the designer here at Baseball America, so I hope it's at least entertaining for the actual experts and expert baseball people here to mock my pronunciation sometimes. We got Jack Hurley, Sabin Ceballos, Justin Crawford. We take that. Carl Crawford's kid. Justin Reimer. And now we are moving to our refractors in the pack here. So let's hope for something big here. Our first refractor is Christian Vaquero of the Nats. We have Joe Redfield of the Angels. Samuel Zavala for the Padres. And I don't know if you can see the face he's making here, but I should put this side by side.
Yeah, and was traded to the White Sox, so he's now a White Sox prospect.
That was the Cease trade? Dylan Cease?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We have Garrett Forrester. Mikey Romero. Johnny Farmello.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Let me put that one aside. Rainer Arias, Chase Davis, and I think that we got our bigger hits. I think our auto is next here, and then we got our some other inserts here. Sort of an anticlimactic pack yet. We've had some good names here.
So far. No Paul Skenes.
Yeah.
So
we're still getting a lot of good names and definitely some guys worth putting aside. And as you can see from the stage, we've already got some fun stuff here. But
is Max Clark in the set?
Max Clark is in this set. In fact,
no Max Clarks. Didn't pull any of him. No Walker Jenkins either.
This is the pack. You get Max Clark and Paul Skenes on the front of the pack and nothing. So anyway, let's see who our auto is here. For the Guardians on the first, Christian Knapsack. Is that how you pronounce that? Knapsack. I'm going to go with Knapsack. I'm going to put that down there. I want to cover this up so we don't lose it here, but we'll sleeve that up because it's a Chrome first auto. Not a terrible auto, but obviously we'd love some heat here. We'd love some Skenes or something along those lines. I don't know that we have a Brady in here, but we'll find out here. So our next card on the transformative talent, we have Rhett Lauder.
Yeah, cool card.
It's a nice insert. We'll see that in a second. And our final card is Drew Jones on the draft picks and prospects. So not the best pack I've ever opened, respectfully to everybody in here and stuff, but still kind of a fun rip. While I'm sleeving these up, and I'll do a recap here in a second, Geoff, what are you most looking forward to in the big Bowman Draft 2024 release coming up this Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, this was, I think the top of this draft is really interesting. So getting my hands on some official Bazana cards. He's one of my favorite players that I've covered. And, I've interviewed Travis a few times, and, he's a family favorite sort of around my house. Kids have met him, and I was out in Cleveland this summer after he got drafted and had a chance to sit down with him for about 45 minutes and just chat about hitting. So I've known Travis since after his freshman year at Oregon State. And just a really interesting personality, kind of just different makeup from a work ethic and just sort of how cerebral he is about baseball. So he's just somebody that I'm going to probably personally collect and have a lot of Bazana cards and just be, sort of following his career. But, outside of that, you got Chase Burns, who could be, an impact pitcher. It's not Paul Skenes, but could be a guy that moves really quick and is super talented. And then, we got the Condons and the Christian Moores, who are going to move pretty quick, and Nick Kurtz and Jack Caglianone, and there's so many players in that top 10. That
I don't know if Condon is in this set. I remember Matt Pajak's preview story. I think it was Condon. I'd have to go back and double check. I'm sorry, folks. We're doing this live to tape. But they did leave out a couple of the top guys so that they could put their first into the 2025 Bowman set, which is just good marketing. Good job, Tops. But yeah, all the other tippy top guys are in there. And if anyone gets any good Bazanas, contact Geoff Pontes for his PC and et cetera. So let's go through some of our hits from this one. We got Johnny Farmello on the refractor. We got the Quinn McDaniel, numbered to 499 on the blue. We got Jackson Churio. We got Baseball America's #1 prospect, Roman Anthony. We got our #1 prospect for the Royals, Blake Mitchell, on the first. We got National League Rookie of the Year runner-up, Jackson Merrill. We have Jaden Ham on the Bowman first, the hot tip from Geoff Pontes. We have 2024 Baseball America Minor League Player of the Year, Christian Campbell, on the Bowman first. Let's get some of these guys together. I'm just going to adjust the order here. Our autograph was, I'm just going to call him Christian Knapsack on the Bowman first for the Guardians as our on-card auto. We have Rhett Lauder on the transformative talent, which I looked to see if it was numbered. It is not numbered, but still a nice card. He's our #1 for the Reds. Is that correct, Rhett Lauder?
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. So we'll take that.
And debuted in his first full professional season.
Awesome. The Reds have, between him and Chase Burns, the Reds pitching staff is going to be sick in a couple of years, has potential. Yeah. We have Drew Jones on the draft picks and prospects. We have Cole Carrig on the first on whatever sparkle refractor, pretty gemmy looking thing this is. I don't know what it's called, but it's very, very nice. Not numbered, but it's a great card. We have Wyatt Langford on the draft card, which is a nice hit. Speaking of Wyatt Langford, we also have him on the base card, his first Bowman. And we have Bryce Eldridge on the chrome, his first, the cover of our November 2024 issue, out right now, featuring our National League top 10 rankings. And don't forget that our December-January double issue is coming out in just a couple weeks. That'll have all of our American League top 10 awards, and also we'll have, top 10 rankings, and also all of our year-end awards. So you get both issues. You're in great shape for fantasy baseball. You're in great shape for prospecting, collecting, all this good stuff. You can also subscribe to baseballamerica.com, get the prospect handbook. Baseball America, it might be the off season, but Baseball America subscription pays for itself literally within the first month or so, just between the fantasy information and the baseball card information alone, let alone being the biggest expert in the room on your favorite team. Geoff, not the best pack of Bowman Draft 2023 in the world, but still kind of fun. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, but still some interesting cards that we pulled in all.
Yeah, we can't hit a 1-of-1 superfractor every time, but we'll take one time out of every 3 or 4. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everyone, or happy belated Thanksgiving, everyone. He's Geoff. I'm Seth. We'll see you soon.